Hey, Luke, it's good to see you. Today we're talking about the 5 must-have insurance policies for the newly married. Speaking of, as we know, wedding season peaks in the fall. October is the most popular month. You just had a beautiful anniversary with Ronnie, number 6.
That's right, 6-year anniversary. So yeah, that was news to me that October is the most popular wedding month. So I'm happy to fit there in with the crowd, I guess.
Well, that's great. I love those wedding photos. You guys look wonderful. So, as we know, marriage is, of course, about combining 2 homes. That is good news for auto and home insurance. What else, though, should the newly married be considering buying or even combining?
Yeah, I think the first one with as far as combining is concerned would be the health insurance aspect
Mhm.
after your auto and home insurance. I'm sure we all see the commercials, right? Auto and home, they're advertising all the time your bundle price, or you
Right.
can put these together in order to get more favorable pricing. That's pretty common across the board. But the health insurance is another big aspect where, depending on who your employers are, if you're both employed or if one of you self-employed, there's a lot of different options that can go into health insurance. A lot of times, if one person can carry the health insurance, and you can jump on their policy, or if you each need to have your own, the language is going to be different. So that would be the first thing to look into, is if there's any way to save on your premium payments by combining forces, or if it's better to stay on each of your own health plans.
And I think the other thing, of course, about being married is that all of a sudden you're kind of responsible for each other, right? And that's where we should probably factor in life insurance.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And a lot of people have the idea that maybe life insurance isn't necessary for them if they don't have a certain amount of assets, or, they think it's not affordable. In reality, what I always recommend is to first think about what your life insurance benefit needs to be to cover debts and final expenses, and then also obviously help your spouse if God forbid anything were to happen.
Right.
The other side of it is, pick a price point that you're comfortable with, and then try to structure your life insurance contract around that price point. So if it needs to be a term policy, or if whole life or permanent life insurance is more suitable for you, those are all things that your insurance agent or an advisor could help you with.
Okay. And I know you're kind of an expert at this, but is there something that you feel like people don't generally consider buying that they should be thinking about?
Yeah, so ironically enough, I come from an insurance background,
Yeah.
and so umbrella policies, umbrella liability policies is one of the biggest things that I think you can protect yourself with, especially as a newlywed couple, because it's so affordable. A lot of times you can get $1 million or a $2 million umbrella that's going to sit on top of your auto and home liability coverage, and it's only going to cost you a couple $100 a year.
Hmm.
So in our modern day society, with it's a litigation society. So if God forbid you're to be in an accident and you're at fault, someone's injured, that's all going to come back on your liability coverage. From a retirement planning standpoint, what I've seen in the past is, two of the things that can, drastically jeopardize your retirement plan would be you're at fault in a court case, or you don't have your legal documents set up correctly. And those can both be, or an umbrella policy can really have a positive effect on both of those. If it's just a couple $100 a year, and you can get that extra $1 million or $2 million of liability set on top of your home and auto policy. If anything were to happen, it really, really makes a difference.
And peace of mind, right?
Peace of mind for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yep.
Well, if somebody would like you to walk them through maybe what they should be considering for their family now that they're settling into the newly married life, what's the best way to reach you?
Sure. They can go to www.ikenberryretirementplanning.com, and our online scheduling system is all set up there. Full disclosure, some of these things we can help with directly, and there are other places where we don't necessarily do certain insurance products. We're always happy to point you in the direction of people we know in the area that we trust and work with all the time. So they can start here, and we can definitely get them on the right path.
It's always nice to have a point person with that kind of stuff because it can be complicated.
For
Well,
sure.
Luke, again, happy belated anniversary to you and Ronnie, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks, Erin.